Hulk Hogan, in an interview with Ariel Helwani, said the following. Shane McMahon called me. He goes, "You got one more in you, old man?" I said, "Take it easy with the old man stuff, brother." I said, "What do you want me to do?" He goes, "All you got to do is stand in the middle of the ring and I'll come to you." And keep in mind, this is Shane McMahon who fell over and tore his quad immediately saying this. Hulk said, "Well, right now, my back needs a little more work, but that's something we can talk about next year." Shane McMahon versus Hulk Hogan for WrestleMania 40. How do you think that will go?
Like shit. Who wants to see that?
Oh,
Nobody.
I do. Come on, you do, and I do. In a perverse sort of sense, maybe.
Yeah. I would like to see him get in the ring, but
who injures themselves first?
It's like seeing Ric Flair's last match. It was horrible. No, I take that back. It wasn't that good. It was worse than horrible. And the Ric Flair, and that's why Rick got so mad at me like 3 months ago when I said that. And he said, "Oh, another old wrestler trying to stay relevant." No, I'm just an old wrestler trying to report it as I see it. I thought he was going to die trying to watch him out there. And to see Shane McMahon and, the sun sets on everybody. And it's set on Hulk Hogan. And it's damn sure set on Shane McMahon. Even if he had a sunrise, the sun is still going to set on him. But nobody wants to see it. What they're trying to do is they're trying to angle their way into a spot on WrestleMania so they can get this big payoff. I don't know what the payoff would be. It'd probably be $1 million, $1.5 million, maybe. So, and that is worth advocating for a spot on the card, yes. But as far as fan interest, other than who hurts themselves first, like you suggested, who cares? Because I don't even know what kind of angle they could do to set it up. Mm. I mean, they would have to have a reason.
Well, yeah, they've had no relationship with each other on screen for the entirety of the nearly 40 years on and off. I'm sure they were both in the company.
Yeah. And it's nothing you can go back to. Hell, Jimmy Hart and Hulk Hogan would mean more. That would actually have better. That would have better work because Jimmy, I don't know how old Jimmy is, but Jimmy is probably close to 80. And he still acts like he's 35, 40.
I'm just looking it up. Do you know what? I can't believe it. 79 as of January the 1st. I thought he was 71 or 2. No,
he's older. He's older than I am. How can you be older? How can you be older than water? but he is, and he's he still, I mean, he still gets around, and he never had a lot of injuries other than a broken nose that Lawler gave him one time.
Mm-hmm. Jaw. Was it jaw? I thought it was jaw.
Who?
I thought it was jaw rather than nose for Jimmy. Or was it nose?
Maybe it was the jaw.
Yeah. Back to Hulk and Shane. I've just written in capital letters, WrestleMania moment. And I think maybe just like, when you used to say, like, I think when someone gets to a certain age, everything becomes a high spot, just like them walking up the stairs now becomes a high spot. Getting into the ring and not like have their head roll off their shoulders as a high spot, that kind of thing. Here's a question for you, right? So Jimmy Valiant, he was wrestling up until 79 or 80, and say wrestling in quotation marks. He was doing a walk and talk match. What's the?
Well, that's what he did for the last 30-something years.
Since, as we say in this country, since God was boy. So he was doing that for so long. But if, let's say, Shane and Hulk were to do it, how could they get around it, do a walk and talk match, and not rip off the fans? Let's say
it can't be done. I don't think it can be done. Like I said before, what kind of angle are they going to do to set this up? It's got to have a purpose. It has to have a reason for this match to happen. What are they trying to prove? And I don't know.
Well,
I'd hate to be on this creative team. And Triple H walks in and says, or what if Vince walks in? Come on, guys, think of a goddamn reason, Chad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I couldn't do it. I couldn't think of a reason for these two guys to, oh, you might be able to set something up on TV, but a crappy ass reason. But then you got to have the match. You're going through a really damn black spell with trying to come up with a reason. Then you really go through the darkness when they have their match. I would imagine they would cover, if they had that match, it's going to be covered up with everything exciting around it to dampen the lowered expectations of the fans. And then you don't got to give them time to, this is no saying in wrestling, don't give them time to get up and go to the concession stand. Because if you waste too much time, he said, I'm gone. I'm out of here. They'll go to the concession stand and they'll come back and wait for a real match to come on.
I've just come up with an idea. So do you remember a few years ago when, during the COVID times when there was no audience, and then there was that Bray Wyatt John Cena match where like they kept changing outfits to different eras and it made no sense.
Yeah.
We could do Hulk Hogan, but films. So it could be Suburban Commando, you know, an alien from another world. Then he could be Mr. Nanny in the tutu, and then Three Ninjas at Mega Mountain. And then sometimes he can come up with a wig for whatever film that was.
Well, they could do the Undertaker vignettes, the montage that he did with AJ. It took them like 12 hours to film that. Now he could do that, and they could do that, but
Hulk Hogan couldn't act for months. Like he had months on movie sets, and he couldn't act. 12 hours, he'll never get the hang of it.
No, well, he's not an actor. He's got one interview, brother. These pythons, and after a while, he just wore it out. But the thing about Hogan is why he was so over, and why Bruno Sammartino was so over, is you never saw him on TV wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
And if he did go on TV to wrestle, it was like a Saturday night main event, and then it meant something. And they kept them off TV. So if you wanted to see them, you have to go buy a ticket. You had to go to the arena to buy the ticket.